I think there's two different things. One is that you can have a typology of language to look at human-shark interactions. This was very extraordinary, unusual behavior for a shark. This shark that went after this man repeatedly, several times, and that is not normal. I don't want people to think that's normal. That is not normal shark behavior. And I think that's why it led to such a catastrophic end. Yeah. 95% of human-shark interactions are not shark attacks. They are shark bites where there's a hit and a run, about 85%, little nibble or something more serious, but you usually get to a hospital and you make your way up. And about 39% of all human-shark interactions have no injury at all. So maybe bumps a kayak, bumps a surf ski, things like that. And we call those shark attacks sometimes. So there are lots of times to not call things shark attacks and to give them other names, but this is not one of them.
Yeah, so it is extremely rare, as you say, but it did happen and it's terribly tragic. And so do you think that the systems currently in place to protect people from sharks are up to scratch?
I think that we do the best we can, given that it's the ocean, that we're entering the shark's domain, that we have to take a certain level of personal responsibility. You know, I always say, if you leave it to the council's not going to do anything that's going to stop you from being bitten by a shark, right? With all due respect. But there are things that we can do. We can look at, so there are a number of people who've noted that there were bait fish in the water in this case, and that there were birds that were sort of diving into the water. So there was a lot of activity that was going on in that general area. And not that anyone would really be able to notice that and check it out, but you do want to be aware of the dynamic ecosystem you are entering into. If you see dolphins, that's a sign of sharks. It's not a sign that the dolphins will protect you. Yeah. So there are a number of different things that you can, water temperature, if it's really warm, if you're in Sydney Harbor, for instance, if it's a warm night followed by a warm morning in summertime, it's more likely that bull sharks will come to the surface. So there are public education things that you can do to talk about shark behavior that will help people behave more safely.
Yeah, it's all about education, isn't it, Christopher?
A British man from Sydney's south has been named as the victim of a fatal shark attack. Diving instructor Simon Nellis was mauled by a great white just off Little Bay in the city's east on Wednesday. He was training for a charity ocean swim at the time of the incident. The 35-year-old was due to marry his fiancée, Jessie Ho, but the wedding had been delayed, due to COVID. Randwick Council's beaches will reopen today. No additional shark sightings have occurred. New shark detection technology, including smart drumlines, drones and listening stations, are expected to be rolled out in the area within weeks. Randwick Council had voted last year to take part in the state government trial. The search for Mr Nellis remains and the shark will resume and has resumed this morning.
Several eastern Sydney beaches are reopening this morning after a deadly shark attack on Wednesday. Drones and helicopters have been deployed to monitor for sharks, but there's been no sign of the animal that killed a scuba diver at Little Bay. The victim, 35-year-old Simon Nellis, swam there every day. It's not known what type of shark attacked Mr Nellis, but wildlife experts believe it may have been a great white up to 5 metres long.
Sydney beaches are reopening today after that awful shark attack on Wednesday. Manos Nguri has the latest from the scene of the attack at Little Bay. Manos, what do we know about the victim?
Hi, Michael. Yes, the victim has been identified as Simon Nellis, who was 35 years old. He was a British nationalist who lived at Walleye Creek here in Sydney. Simon was a certified diving instructor and he swam here at Little Bay Beach pretty much every single day. Now, his social media page is just completely filled with underwater pictures, which just goes to show how much of a keen interest he had with the ocean. Now, we also believe that he was training for Malabar's Magic Ocean Swim, which was a charity event happening over the weekend, but that has now been cancelled. The event director, Robert Lloyd, said after a lot of consultation, it was decided that this event will be cancelled out of respect for the victim's family and friends. As we know, Simon was swimming here at Little Bay Beach on Wednesday afternoon when he was attacked by a shark. He suffered catastrophic injuries and unfortunately could not be saved. A search started pretty much straight away and continued into yesterday, and police say the search will resume today looking for more human remains.
And Manos, what do we? The beaches are opening this morning. What do we know about how extensive that'll be? I guess there'll be some caution, won't there, from people going back into the water?
Yeah, a number of Sydney beaches were closed from Bondi down to Cronulla as part of the search, but they're all reopening today. Helicopters and drones went up yesterday, but there's been no further shark sightings in the area. I've been here at Little Bay Beach since early this morning, and there are quite a lot of people around, people walking their dogs, exercising, and quite a lot of people going down for a swim. But of course, they were telling me that they'll be exercising a lot of caution, and they do have their guards up.
Manos Nguri at Little Bay in Sydney, thank you.